If you watch to the end, you get to see me get all wet. Hello nerds! I'm sure that many of you out there have seen the Ice Bucket Challenge, but I'm wondering how many of you know why it's going around. I personally have been seeing it crop up over the last month or so. Eric and I even saw a couple of people do it while we were at York Beach. But I guess the problem is that I don't really know why people are doing it. I was talking with my friend Dave last night at work, and told him that I'd been tagged and that I had to do this. And he asked me, why? What is the purpose? Why are people doing this? And I admit, until I went looking a couple weeks ago, I didn't actually know. The original idea behind the Ice Bucket Challenge was to help raise awareness for ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. ALS is a progressive neurological disease. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis literally means no or negative muscle nourishment. Lateral refers to where most of the degradation of the nerve cells along the spine is focused. Sclerosis means hardening or scar tissue. What ALS does, or Lou Gehrig's disease does, is it causes a wasting away or an atrophy of the motor neurons leading from the brain and the spine to your muscles. Eventually leads to twitching, muscle weakness, and eventually paralysis. The muscles themselves also begin to waste away because you're not using them, so people seem to shrivel up. A couple of important things to know. In case you were wondering, it's not contagious. It's thought that about 1 in 10 cases is due to a genetic defect. Most other cases, the cause isn't actually known. There's no risk factor unless you have a family history of the hereditary form. Although there is currently no cure, there is one drug currently on the market that helps slow the progression, and several others that are currently in trial that look like they hold some promise. Each year in the US, there's about 5,600 new diagnoses of ALS, and it's estimated that there are around 30,000 Americans living with ALS. Most people, once they're diagnosed with ALS, have a lifespan usually 3 to 5 years. So some of that was pretty kinda depressing. Sorry about that, guys. And there's lots of more information if you just go to als.org. I think it's als.org. You can find lots of really great information about what ALS is, what it does, who's working around it. You can read real-life stories about ALS. It's a great source of information. But that all brings me back to the Ice Bucket Challenge. And again, I had no real idea what it was about because people would be like, okay, so I got challenged to the Ice Bucket Challenge, I'm gonna dump ice on me, woohoo! And that was kind of it. Now, I don't fault any of these people. I mean, maybe they didn't know what it was about. Maybe they just knew that, like, you know, the challenge was donate $100 or dump ice on your head. And honestly, I'm gonna dump ice on my head. Somewhere in the fun of dumping water on ourselves, we lost the message somewhere. There are some people out there who are still making sure the message is heard, not as much as it could. So here's what I've got to say. So yes, I dumped a bucket of water on my head, and it's coming up. It's pretty entertaining if I do say so myself. But I'm also donating $10 to ALS research. Because when all the fun is done, the fad of the Ice Bucket Challenge is past, there's still 30,000 people out there who are suffering every day that could benefit from research. So I guess my point is that I'm changing the rules. Anybody who I tag in this, and hopefully going forward, you have the option of donating $100 or doing the Ice Bucket Challenge and donating $10. It may not seem like a lot, but at the same time, it's still helping a good cause. Oh, and by the way, if you donate $50 or $20 instead of the $100, I'd be okay with that. But if you are only going to donate $10, maybe dump some water on your head so people have something fun to look at and then pass it on. Alright, I think I've prattled on long enough. You guys deserve something fun to watch, so here's me getting water dumped on my head.
Things I learned in this world: if you want it done right, do it yourself, and secondly, live long enough to avenge your children.
Well, that's cold.
That was a good avenge.
Do you have TBA? Was that fun for you?
It was fun for me, except now I have to go change my pants.
Oh, you too?
Yeah, that's really cold.